She was a left-hand lady with a gleam in her eye. She had a heart. I can't. Ooh, I'm feeling bitchy today. I just would like to take this opportunity, top of the show, to let everybody know that, like, my bitchy capacity, I feel like I'm only utilizing, honestly, on a daily basis, like 8 to 13%. And especially lately, I would say like today doesn't count because I've been a real fucking cunt today, but I would say like the last 72 hours per se, I've been so pleasant, present, and lovely that it's making me sick. Okay. And I just want to kick it up 400 motherfucking notches. Okay. I'm ready to rumble. I'm ready to tussle. I'm ready to dive in and get my fucking hands dirty like a little rat, like a sewer rat. I wouldn't say that I take the high road necessarily in life. I like to think that I take like the low to medium road. I would say medium plus some days, and I'm just like looking to get like swathy. I don't know if that's a word, but I want to like get weird. I want to like get down in that sewage system. I want to flap my limbs around. I want to swim a little bit. I want to go scuba diving in the sewage. That's what I'm feeling like today. So buckle up, Buttercup. Let's get fucking ready. I'm leaving town tomorrow. We are gallivanting west, and by west I mean north. Further north, as Heather McMahon would say, aka Los Olivos, which is my favorite place. Oh, what the fuck happened? Well, I was recording, just singing for my supper, and then I looked down and my equipment turned off because little Handy Andy borrowed one of my charging cords. Because she's always, fussing with my setup, So, love that. Love that. Love that. I want to fucking headbutt this man. I want to headbutt him. I dream of it. Sometimes when he's sleeping so blissfully and I just dream of ripping out all of his fucking eyelashes. He left, not ball hair, facial hair, yet again, in the bathtub last night. He says to me yesterday morning, he goes, "Hey, babe." And I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "I forgot to tell you." Famous last words. And I was like, "What?" He was like, "I have a work dinner tonight. You can come if you want. It starts at 8. I said, "Excuse me? 8 p.m.? I will be half foaming at the mouth, 3 feet in the grave at 8 p.m.? What are you, insane? Are we doing cocaine? Are we on crack? Are we doing meth? Who the fuck goes to dinner at 8 p.m.? He's like, "Us. Most of the time." I'm like, "Yeah, that is not my journey anymore. Okay, I'm taking a Unisom at 8:27. No, I'm not going to a sloppy steak dinner at fucking 8 p.m. He's like, "Okay, well, it might be a little late, Shell. I'm out for the evening." I'm like, "Don't tempt me with a good time, bitch. See you later. See you never. Sleep at the steakhouse. I don't give 3/8 of a fuck." The last time that I had a Friday night to myself, I can't remember. Okay. I yearned for the days. I was like, go, bye. So I had my girl dinner, which consists of a French imported triple cream brie from Bristol Farms and a beautiful sourdough baguette. Then I moved on to the arugula salad. You have to get some roughage in. You need your greens. So I just raw dogged a bowl of arugula. Then I moved on to my second course. And I should say my first course was a gorgeous martini in solitude. I lit the candles. Okay. I let my tits roll out of the sports bra, okay, hit the marble floors. I get into my ugly pajamas, like the ones that are just doing nothing for my frame. I put a scrunchie in. I light my abundance candles. I get my frothy fucking martini with the blue cheese stuffed olives to the fucking brim. Okay, I'm licking it like a dog with a little dog bowl. To the brim. Tits to the floor, martinis to the fucking brim. And I'm watching vintage Roni, okay? The classics. The classics. I will say that the particular season I settled on is a very disappointing season. You should skip it. I can't remember if it's season 8 or season 9. It's Aviva Drescher's second season, and I believe Kristen Takeman's first season. It's the Montana trip. The Montana trip is the worst Real Housewives of New York trip that's ever existed. In worlds of Cartagena, Morocco, Ya Habibi, Cabo, Tequila, Mexico. Of all of the trips, it is so disappointing and just not a good time. So I made a slight misstep on my viewing selections, but whatever. I sat there happy as a goddamn clam last night, okay? And then my last course was a white chocolate, dark chocolate, freeze-dried raspberry by True Fruit, which are stunning. I cut them in half because they're a little bulbous. And I don't like ball-shaped things while Andrew's out and about. You know what I mean? Anyways, Andrew's bugging me. And as I was saying before I was so ruthlessly cut off, I've been in like kind of a good mood the past 3 days, like pleasant, chipper, chatty, jovial spirit. And today I woke up just feeling like I just want to be a fucking bitch. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, it gets such a bad rep, but there's nothing more fun. We're all like morally bankrupt at the end of the day. Like, I don't know that I've met one person that I trust or believe that like doesn't have bitchy thoughts. That's just nice all the time. And if that person exists, I don't know her and I don't want to fucking know her because she seems goddamn boring. So in the spirit of that, we are going to just kick it into cunty high gear and see how this episode rolls. I want to start off with a couple things. She's a Latin lady with a spin in her eye. Okay. I kind of just like touched the surface last week. I'm tapping. I saw something about tapping. It's supposed to relax you. We're tapping. Now we stop. Okay. Kate Hudson's music career. Love her like a sister. The music video for She's a Latin Lady. I forget what it's called. I don't care. It's an ode to Goldie, allegedly. The production value is insane. There's a gauzy curtain and she's on a Jennifer Aiden meets Sheena Shea, gold settee, a love seat, if you will, with a faux sheepskin. Just saying her heart and she loves it so much. I don't trust her anymore. You know, this is the thing with the celebrities, okay? What is the thing? What was I about to say? Sometimes when they go rogue, it's like when Lea Michele went to the Met Ball in that turquoise number with the pashmina. Didn't trust her before. Don't trust her now. It's just, there's something, like, I feel like maybe they're just a little too insulated. Like, you don't have one bitchy friend that's like, honey, what the fuck is going on with the sheepskin and the gauzy drapes? Honey. And then Jessica Simpson, the rebrand. Oh my God. I know. I touched it last week. We have to get back into it because my nipples are I'm leaking. I never got breast milk and I'm getting it now because I'm just thinking about Jessica Simpson with her fucking Gucci rhinestone sunglasses. We're tapping. Now we stop. Okay. Jessica Simpson's hard launch back into the music career. And she's like, and all these poor producers who are like, in front of the camera being like, I think we're going to see a side to Jessica that like we didn't know she had in her. And then she's just like, in the studio with her boots on, rocking out. Are you going to use my heart against me? It's like, no, I think we've seen every version of Jessica Simpson. I think we got it. The first time, but now she's angsty and she wants revenge and she's ready to rock it. Like oh God, it's so good. It's like, this is a lot of buildup. She better come out with an album where she's like, naming names and dropping some real bombs, because if she's just got like an angsty little pop ballad, divorcee, bop, it's a lot of buildup, okay? Like, she better come out like fucking Gene Simmons. She better come out like Ozzy Osbourne. I want Jessica Simpson to like bite a bat's head off. If it's anything less than that, I want Jessica Simpson on Warped Tour, okay? In a platform boot with those eyelashes on Warped Tour, because I think we all know what's coming. You've never seen Jessica like this before. Okay, well, wait. She's a left. Okay, here's another thing. Okay, I wasn't going to talk about this, but we have to, like, we have to. It's crazy. Every day, every second, there's a new development. And by new development, I mean, not fucking much. So the Jason Baldoni, aka formerly known as Justin Baldoni, Blake Lively saga continues. The judge gave them a 1-day extension to amend the complaint. Now, all the while, we are being told, like, bombs are dropping, like, they've got that. Drop the bomb. Where is it? Where the fuck is it? This has been going on for 17 fucking years. It doesn't end with anything. It certainly doesn't end with us. It ends with sus. Okay? Because who's going to tell these celebrities? Oh, this is a lukewarm take. Okay? Who's going to tell these celebrities? Okay? That sometimes people are awkward in the workplace. Okay? Awkward. But does that constitute this level of legality? I don't know. I'm not sure. And if you've got the smoking gun, for fuck's sake, bring it. Show it. Show a part of it at least. So now Jenny Slate's getting roped into this, and you know she doesn't want to get roped into this, but she is, unfortunately, allegedly. So Blake Lively's smoking gun is that there's other women that filed complaints on set, okay? And nobody is naming names. This is all alleged, okay? So allegedly, Jenny Slate, this is what killed me. This is what put me in the goddamn ground last night, okay? Because these white women, these white bitches, okay, are ruining everything for the rest of us. It's insane. Now, I just would like to say this, and God forbid anything terrible did happen and there's no evidence and we need to believe victims. Like, I co-sign on that sentiment hard. It's not looking like this is one of those situations. You know, we've read the text messages. Could we all just wrap our heads around the idea, and by we all, I mean Blake, bless her. You know, maybe Justin Baldoni's just a fucking weirdo. And it happens sometimes, you know. I worked in an investment bank. There were weirdos there. There was weird dudes there. I worked at a summer camp. There was weird dudes there. Weird people, I should say. Real weird people. I worked at Abercrombie Kids, Humble Flex. There was some weird people there. And I think that when you are in a collaborative, communal experience, sometimes you're going to encounter a weird person, okay? And moving forward, we should just acknowledge that, you know, it's not all rainbows and sunshine, and sometimes you're going to meet a weird person out in the real world. Okay? Okay, great. So, Jenny Slate allegedly, I have to read the quote because it's fucking insane. So one of the complaints is that, you know, Jenny Slate moved to New York for this movie. She has a son and she signed a lease so that she would have housing while she was shooting in New York. And she put down a $15,000 security deposit and was, you know, expressing some type of discomfort to Heath, a producer, a Wayfair Studios producer, whatever. And was saying that, you know, whatever, the living arrangements weren't conducive to her and her son's needs. But she didn't want to move because she didn't want to lose the $15,000 security deposit. So allegedly, this dude Heath says, well, don't worry about it. Studio will cover the security deposit so that you and your son can be comfortable, and proceeded to, in his attempts to help the situation, make allegedly Jenny Slate feel uncomfortable. I'm going to read this quote because it's very important to the story, okay? Heath allegedly told Slate that Wayfair would reimburse her for the security deposit loss, but did so in language that unnerved Slate, with sources saying he focused so intensely on the sanctity of motherhood and Slate's role as a mother. The comments reportedly made Slate feel so uncomfortable, she filed a complaint. A rep for Slate did not return a request for comment, nor did a lawyer for Heath. Okay, once again, I need someone to get a gun and shoot me at my own asshole if I have to endure this level of bullshit for one more day. This is fucking insane, okay? Get that Windex out and spritz, spritz, spritz and wipe that glass ceiling. This is fucking nuts, okay? You guys, I'm off the ride. This is kook-a-doodle-doo. This is a merry-go-round that I want to get off desperately. I'm getting off. We're getting off. We're getting off. Goodbye. Now that I've become a fitness mogul and I'm working out 4 to 5 times a week, I'm trying to make sure that my diet matches my new gym rat lifestyle. And if you had told me I could cut out carbs while still eating all the bread I wanted, I wouldn't have believed it. But with Hero Bread, you can focus on your health goals and still indulge in the soft, fluffy experience you love guilt-free. Their products are delicious and flavorful, but have ultra-low net carbs, 0 grams of sugar, and are high in fiber. They're also just absolutely delicious. Like, I'm not willing to cut out carbs, or I hadn't been in the past because the low carb alternatives to the good stuff either tasted bad or like a weird texture, and I just wasn't willing to compromise. The Hero products are unbelievable. Okay, they're bagels. Like, I can't even get into it because I will pass away. Bagel, I hardly know her. Also, the tortillas, like, insane. Insane. You have to try these. You're gonna freak out, okay? No compromises, just flavor, ultra low net carbs, 0 grams of sugar, and high in fiber. Hero Bread is offering 10% off your order. Go to hero.co and use code Jackie at checkout. That is Jackie at HERO.co. God is good today. Okay. I love Skims. I started wearing Skims when I was pregnant. Also, my cousin Joe, who is just like the biggest label whore and like t-shirt connoisseur, sweatpant connoisseur, shopaholic, borderline. She told me probably like 2 years ago, she's like, Skims is it. If you know, you know. They have the best t-shirts. They have the best sweatshirts. They have the best thongs. They have the best bras. And I was like, really? To be totally honest, I was like, okay, tried it, converted, never looked back. The only thing that touches my labia, my butthole, my tits, my legs, and I mean, people ask me all the time, like, what t-shirts do you recommend? It's Skims. It's always Skims. They are so soft. The fit is perfect. The sweatshirts are perfect. I truly have no notes. The Fits Everybody thong in clay, I have 17 of. If you're looking for a comfortable thong that looks great under clothes, that's just comfy and effortless, feels like you're wearing nothing, you have to try their Fits Everybody collection. Also, the triangle bralette I wear to sleep. It's so comfortable and I need like a little bit of a lift. The Fits Everybody collection is available in sizes XXS to 4X. You can shop now at skims.com and Skims stores. After you place your order, be sure to let them know that I sent you. Select podcast in the survey and be sure to select my show in the drop-down menu that follows. Go, run, fly. Skims. I need drinks. I need vitamin D. I need to be in the sun, double fisting, estate rosé or something. I got to get out of town. I'm bungee cording Clyde to the top of my car and we are headed further north. Okay. We're going to go to Los Olivos tomorrow. We're going to wake up. This is like the perfect 2-day trip. Okay. If you live in Los Angeles. I'm not supposed to be talking about this place because I've blown it up. My cousin Jo called me and she's like, can you stop fucking talking about this place? Because you're ruining it, which is just a lovely, lovely thing to say. And that bitch better watch her fucking back because it is my cousin Jo's 40th birthday this upcoming weekend. And she's having a birthday and she asked me to roast her. And I was like, are you sure? And she's like, go for it, girly. By the way, this is going to end terribly. She's like, go for it, girly. Do whatever. Nothing's off limits. And I'm like, are you sure? So I have managed, like in the first sentence, I've got like an eating disorder joke. I've got, it's going to be, I don't know what the crowd's like. I don't care. I'm going to rip that bitch apart. Okay. Tits to taint. So we're going to San Ynez. Okay. My favorite place, Los Olivos, San Ynez. It's stunning. Okay. So you go there for a night. It's like an hour and 15-minute drive from my house. And I find that wine tasting is a very kid-friendly trip, so we do that. Then I'm going to stop off in Santa Barbara on the way home, okay, to the Rosewood. Now, I was contemplating saying that I was a fire victim and my house burnt down, but it feels like it's in poor taste. I just wanted to see if I could like finagle a last minute room rate, and if I like bring on a sob story, like maybe I'll get an additional discount, because the hotel is absolutely stunning. It's Truman Show energy, but like done gorgeously, and it's just too expensive. Like it's just okay. We're gonna pivot because this is just not likable conversation. But what was I going to say? Jackie. Oh, you know what's exciting? Okay, this is exciting. Somebody sent me this morning. So California signed into law a new child influencer protection law, if you will. So any children that appear in online content, this law requires that the creators set aside a percentage of the earnings from the ads in a trust until the child turns 18. The laws also require creators to keep records of their earnings and how much time minors appear in their content. I love this so much because, listen, I've got some friends that that's a complete lie. I don't have one fucking friend that does this. Even as I'm saying it out loud, I'm like, which friend? I would like to go on record and say that I have little to no. I don't think I have any friends that are technically content creators. Any friends I have in the spas are like comedians or actors or something, but I wouldn't say that I've got a friend. I don't have a close friend that's like a content creator. God, I love that for me so much. What a star. What a breath of fresh air. Anyways, yeah, I don't. So I was going to say, like, I know people that are content creators, that are influencers, okay, by definition, and the kiddos are making a lot of unpaid appearances. And right now, like, sometimes I'll have like half a martini and I just want to show off how cute Clyde is. But once he gets to a certain age, and it's not because I'm trying to protect his privacy at all. I don't really give a fuck about that. I'm being totally honest. This is what it is. This is why once he gets to a certain age, I would be incredibly mindful about his presence, and it has nothing to do with a trust account for him. Obviously, I don't ever want him to feel that anything that we do, and I feel this way with both my family, my friends, my husband, and my child. I never want anyone to feel that anything we are doing is a transactional experience for content. Dinners, going to a cute farmer's market, any type of an activity. When he's old enough to understand what's going on, I never for a second want him to feel that anything we do together is performative or for an audience. And when I see mom talk or mom influencers, in a field with their children, pushing a swing, painting, laughing, bathing, whatever it is they're fucking doing. I just would hate, it would be my greatest source of sorrow would be my son thinking that we were doing something sweet with even 0.0003% of it to be for like a performance. Like that like breaks my heart. I'm day 3 of my menstrual cycle. I swear to God, it really bums me out and it makes me sad. It makes me sad, everybody. So I'm totally in support of this law. Like imagine putting your camera, like sticking it on a tree and then like pushing your kid on a swing and like laughing and then being like, oh, that's a good shot. I'm going to hit that with Sarah McLachlan. Like, ew, no. Like, no offense, like get your bags, but I don't. No, I'm protecting it. I'm trying to be nice again. We're not doing that this week, Jackie. No, bitch. I think it's fucking weird and I don't like it. Okay, moving on. Okay, sharp right. Part of the reason I'm like working out ish, I'm trying to work out like 5 days a week, which is disgusting. Disgusting. Okay. And like, I feel good because I feel good like when I leave because I'm like, oh my God, I did something. Let them. Like, what's the Mel Robbins 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 out of bed. Let's work out. Like, Do I feel connected to my body? Do I feel, not really, but like I want to be snatched for Clyde's second birthday. We're going to Boston. We're going to see Teddy Swims and Thomas Rhett at Fenway Park, okay? And we're bringing Clyde, and I really am trying to finagle like them to sing happy birthday to Clyde and bring him on stage in those little fucking headphones. But, you know, I don't want to be an asshole. I have this pair, okay? Back when I was childless, frisky, and fun, okay, before I went on tour in 2020, I was having a gorgeous rosé lunch, and I stumbled into Maxfield, and I found this pair of jeans that were, I mean, my friends had all told me that I wasn't allowed to wear them anymore because they're fucking cunts. But I found these jeans that were, it was an Attico redone collaboration, and Swarovski crystals all down the side, like tiger crystals, okay? I put them on. I felt like a demon came over my body. I became like the best version of myself in these jeans, okay? I was just kind of there on a whim, window shopping as a lady does, post beautiful lunch. I put these pants on, and I was going on tour like in the next 2 weeks, and I hadn't really like finagled my outfits. And I tried these jeans on, and I was like, these are the most stunning pair of pants I've ever put on my body. My ass lifted like 6 inches, okay? My waist was snatched. I looked like a long, leggy rhinestone cowgirl. I was ending my tour in Dallas for a pretty large crowd, and I thought, these are my abundance pants, okay? They were so expensive. I can't even say it out loud for a pair of jeans because it is Blake Lively adjacent. Remember when she showed up to the press tour and she was wearing, I think, like $10,000 jeans and everyone was giving her shit? Immediately, those Attico jeans like flashed in my brain. I'm like, Jackie, you're not going to say a damn fucking word, okay? Rhinestone Cowgirl, Dolly Parton, because you're one click away. They were not $10,000. I would never. But they were like over 2, and that's not a flex. That's embarrassing as fuck. Needless to say, like, I can't consign these pants. I'm never going to get rid of them. I have worn them 768 times. I would like to wear them in Boston at that show for my son's second birthday, preferably with a crop top and a body chain. But I can barely finagle them over my thigh anymore. And I used to wear these all the time. And the fact that they don't fit me really fucking bugs me. And I stare at them all day, every day, thinking about how much money I spent on them, thinking about the joy they brought me, thinking about all the life moments they've taken me through. And I need to finagle them over my ass. So that is my goal. That's why I've been working out. What was I going to say? Okay. So in this, new year, new me moment of Pilates princessing, okay, I have caught glimpses of myself in the mirror recently, and I have a new alter ego. Now, my alter ego used to be Katinka Dijon, which is very on brand with the Attico redone sparkly denim version of myself that existed 5 years ago. Katinka Dijon, she's not dead. She's just frozen for a little bit. She's, in a chamber next to Walt Disney. But my new alter ego, my less sparkly version 2.0, her name is Jerrika. I looked at myself the other day. I saw myself in the Trader Joe's window with a messy bun and a crossbody bag, okay, and a schlumpy sports bra and like a slipper with a Pilates sock. I looked at myself and I said, who the fuck is that bitch? Ah, it's me. It's a mix between Erica and Jessica. Her name is Jerrika, okay? And I'm serving Jerrika right now. Jerrika has a beige Stanley, a crossbody bag. She's got one of those unlimited car wash memberships, and she's just getting pie. You know what I mean? She's loving the Sephora sale, and it's not who I am in my soul. It's just, there's Jerrika. So we gotta phase her out. But yes, that's my alter ego. Jerrika goes to Homegoods a lot. Jerrika drinks out of her Las Vegas bedazzled airport cup just to feel a little sparkle. Jerrika's like one click away from nail art. Nope. Jerrika loves the Lululemon gift card. Jerrika she don't live here. She don't live here anymore. It don't live here. By the way, I was singing that to Clyde. We're on a shuffle journey, and I was singing that song. I was nailing every single note. Jerrika came across a new karaoke song. I have to tell you. Oh, he's awake from his nap. I was singing Fiona Apple's Criminal to Clyde yesterday on the way to school, and I sounded unbelievable. Like, that is my vocal range. And I texted Andrew and I was like, later, I'm going to sing Criminal for you, and you're going to climax because it's my perfect range. And I was earnestly singing it. Like, I sing a lot on this podcast and I'm like joking, wink, wink, but I sounded unbelievable. I believe in sweat equity in the household, and as soon as Clyde can grab a sponge and some Windex and start doing some goddamn windows, I'm all about it. Acorns Early is a smart money app and debit card for kids that helps them learn the value of money. So if you're implementing chores in the house or an allowance, Acorns Early's chores tracker teaches kids that hard work pays off. You just set up chores in the app, set a payment amount, and tick the chore off when it's done. Acorns Early lets parents pay allowances automatically with just a few taps. No more rummaging around for cash. Kids can spend what they earn with their very own customizable debit card. Plus, parents can keep track of where and when their kids are spending, get real-time spend notifications, set your kids' goals, and they can even choose their own target dates and turn on the optional autosave feature to help them get there. Grow your kids' money skills with bite-sized financial lessons. The Acorns Early app has tons of fun, interactive courses that help kids learn about all things money. I love this so much. When Clyde is of appropriate age, I will definitely be using this. I think it is the most important lesson that you can teach children is how to be responsible with money and how to earn money by, sweat equity, doing work in the home. The least they could do. Ready to help your kids learn the value of money? Just head to acornsearly.com/Jackie or download the Acorns Early app to get started. Sign up now and your first month is on us. T&Cs apply. That's terms and conditions. Monthly subscription fee starting from $5 per month unless canceled. If you've ever been in the market for a new home, you know home shopping can be a lot. There's so much you don't know and so much you need to know. What are the neighborhoods like? What are the schools like? Who is the agent? Who knows the listing or neighborhood best? And why can't all this information just be in one place? Well, now it is on Homes.com. They've got everything you need to know about the listing itself, but even better, they've got comprehensive neighborhood guides and detailed reports about local schools. And their agent directory helps you see the agent's current listings and sales history. Homes.com collaboration tools make it easier than ever to share all this information with your family. It's a whole cul-de-sac of home shopping information all at your fingertips. Homes.com. We've done your homework. Jerrika is back and better than ever. Somebody called Tory Burch and get me a freshy pair of flats, okay? We're ready to goddamn rumble. I need to understand the correlation between aliens and frogs because I have a theory and I'd like to workshop it with you. I have a bit of a frog infestation in my backyard. It is, call me Jucahontas, call me Hocahontas, because the river and the otter are my friends. I have so many fucking frogs in my backyard. I also checked the Ring camera footage last night. I've got like a possum posse, or I don't know if they're raccoons or squirrels or possums or bobcats or a blend of all three, but the frogs are a chirping and the possums are a possuming because it's a zoo back there. So the other day I go to record the sound of the thousands of frogs that have inhabited my creek, if you will. And by creek, I mean a faulty waterfall feature that we just haven't run because we're so afraid to just see what the water contents looks like. I know we're going to turn that fucking waterfall on and it's just going to be fecal brown Niagara Fall, rapids coming down, sewage. So we've just never turned it on, but there's a little bit of stagnant water at the bottom. And the frogs, I mean, we have like 100 frogs and they're just and Andrew's like, isn't this amazing that we live in nature and the frogs are, what is it called when a frog ribbits or chirps? I don't know. I'm not a fucking botanist. I am considering taking Clyde to the Santa Barbara Zoo tomorrow. Considering. I need to see if they have a bar first because, like, I'd love a Santa Barbara Blue Moon al fresco. And I also have a little bit of unhealed, wounded childhood trauma from the bird cage. These fucking cunts, okay? I went to a birthday party when I was like, I don't know, like 12 or 13 maybe. And it was like the cool girl's birthday. And I was really fucking excited because I was definitely like I was the funny friend. But like, by the way, the fact that we have stigmatized being the funny friend as like the ugly funny friend into a bad thing. Like, do you want to be the bitch that peaks in middle school? Not really, Jerrika. So I got invited to this birthday party at the Santa Barbara Zoo. I remember we went to the In-N-Out Burger in Ventura, and then we went to the Santa Barbara Zoo, and the girls, these fucking dumb cunts, okay, who I would like to line up and have a little talking with too. They were like, Jackie, we have a surprise for you. We have a surprise for you. Close your eyes. So they closed my eyes, and I was like going with the bit, and they brought me into the fucking bird atrium, where they just are free balling, okay? You're in this like little net dome and these fucking wild birds like pterodactyls are diving at your fucking head. And I opened my eyes and I realized I was essentially in a fucking cage with toucans and parakeets and flamingos and whatever other fucking bird. In my head, like when I close my eyes and think back at it, it was as if I was like dropped into Jurassic Park and there were pterodactyls with beaks like coming for my eyeballs. And, the throat closes up still talking about it, I gotta say. So I will never go back in that bird atrium. And, you know, I think it's important to face your fears and just tackle them head on for the better sanctity of my child's nourishment of his brawn. So I might go. I mean, I'm not 100% not going, but I'll probably be at the Rosewood having an Aperol Spritz and a taco. But in theory, Jerrika would take her son to the zoo. It's the right thing to do. You know what I said yesterday too? I have no idea when Easter is. Is it next month? I don't know. I was at Homegoods. There was eggs everywhere. Okay. Eggs and little ribbit rabbits. And I said, I got in the car with Andrew and I said, you know, I don't celebrate Easter, but I'd fuck Bad Bunny. That's a cocktail napkin. Okay. Yum Kipper. I hardly know her. I never landed the plane about the frogs. Okay, so I go outside to try to like get a video of the frogs because it's like a symphony of frogs. Franklin. No, Franklin was a turtle. Who's a frog? Kermit and co. Really just hitting those high notes the second I walk outside. And I've Googled this at length, and I understand that frogs are, you know, prey. So they're very well positioned. I mean, who knew that this was such an informative podcast? This is like fucking National Geographic. I walk outside. The frogs are way, way back of the property. The property. Okay. That is very condescending. I don't like the word property. Put that one on the list. Vase, property, boutique, colloquialism, Alicia, Alessia, all of the things. Put it on the list, okay? So the second I walk outside, and I am many, I don't know, yards away from these frogs, all of a sudden, silence, okay? So then I start thinking, what if they're not frogs? What if they're aliens supervising me? Which, by the way, aliens, if you're listening to this, I believe we've had an encounter before, which I will not get into. However, if you were to observe a human, I'm just saying it would make a lot of sense to observe me because I am a hoot and a half. So you can't fault them. But then I started Googling some shit and I'm like, are frogs related to aliens? I'm going to stop. We're just going to like cut this raw because there's nowhere to go from here. And it's getting weird. Speaking of Homegoods, I'm just not going to, you know, when you just like, you start to participate in a conversation that feels broken and manic. And then as you're saying it out loud, you're going to be like, people think I'm fucking psycho. So we're just going to stop. Speaking of Homegoods. Okay. So, in case you forgot, 75% of my personality is that I have a dead mom, and a dead mom that was like oddly not materialistic. So, I don't have like a lot of material things that I can like look at that remind me of her. I don't have like a sensible sweater. That bitch wore like low-rise Abercrombie denim and like t-shirts with pit stains, hot as they come though, like so gorgeous you can't even fucking believe it, but just like a real jeans and t-shirt kind of gal. But she was always decorating. We had, she had great interior style, whatever, a little coastal for my liking. I was like, Mom, what's with all the fucking shells? She used to like love a coral, and we would talk about it all the time. I'm like, the coral is reading, like it's too much. Like we don't live on the water. It's getting gimmicky. We would have fights about it all the time. We'd go to Homegoods and she'd be like, look, a piece of coral. And I'm like, we're done with the coral. Okay. That's not the point. So me and my sister were talking years ago about there's this one planter that we thought was a family heirloom, that was an antique, okay, that was passed down generation to generation to generation, okay? And we always talked about Mom's antique orchid planter because it just was like something we remembered from all of our childhood, like every home we ever lived in, which wasn't many. I just like remember coming home. It was always on like the front little credenza, this like gold kind of chinoiserie planter that she filled with orchids. So when I moved into my home, I took it, I filled it with orchids. And it's just like something that me and my sister both are like, oh, that's like such a special piece. Okay. So was it 2 weeks ago, whenever I had a dinner party for my grandma Gloria, and I was doing my tablescape, and I lifted the orchids in the sensible planter off from my table and did my little tablescape or whatever. And we took the orchids out. My housekeeper was like, this is such a bad story. Like, I just fucking hate myself. I'm in a terrible mood. I was popping off the pages yesterday. This morning, I'm underwhelmed. So my housekeeper, Rosa, was like taking care of the orchids, and she was cleaning out the planter. And I go in the kitchen, and at the bottom of the planter, I see the familiar goo and imprint of a Homegoods fucking sticker, and it reads 1999. This fucking bitch, aka my dead mother, roused us into believing, and I don't even know if she intentionally did it, that this was like some beautiful antique that was brought over to Ellis Island. Like maybe me and my sister are just so broken, like yearning for any type of connection, that we have romanticized this fucking planter when in actuality it was $19.99 from a Homegoods, which only makes me love it so much more. I'm going to post a photo because seeing is believing. I look at that thing and my housekeeper is trying to like clean off the sticker. I said, don't you dare. And she's like, it's so ugly. And I'm like, this is family, Rosa. This is an heirloom. We must preserve the sanctity of the Homegoods sticker. And don't forget to sign up for the TJX rewards card. I have to be honest, anytime I hear the word meal kit, I like twitch a little bit because there are just so many on the market. They all promise the same thing. It's so hard to tell what's actually like good these days with good quality ingredients. And I have to tell you, I promise you, I swear on everything. I swear on the Attico jeans. I got Little Spoon before they became a sponsor of this podcast. I love this company so, so much. They deliver healthy, ready-to-eat meals and snacks that your baby, toddler, or big kid will love and that you can actually feel good about. All of their products are junk-free, organic, and thoughtfully sourced. Plus, they're the first and only baby food company to set strict publicly available standards for heavy metals, pesticides, and more in their baby and toddler food. Clyde loves all of their snacks, and I like them too because honestly, they're ready in like a minute. I always have a meal on deck. I tried. I did it. I made all the tots. I made all the things. And then I was like, you know what? Little Spoon, okay? Clyde's absolutely obsessed with any form of their croquettes, nuggets, the turkey kale sliders, the cauliflower croquettes, the broccoli bites, the sausage, the pancakes, the whole wheat pasta with marinara with the little meatballs and the steamed broccoli. I mean, I could just go on and on. Like I'm fully veered from copy here because I just love this company so much. If you have a baby, I beg of you, okay, at any age, just try Little Spoon. It is going to free up so much time, so much cooking. Your kid's going to love it. Your kid's going to eat it. And you always have a meal ready to go, a meal that you can trust, a meal that is healthy, a meal that is nutritious. I could go on and on and on. If you're starting your baby off, the baby blends are amazing. Amazing. I mean, that's what got me started. All the snacks. Simplify your kiddos mealtime with 30% off your first order. Go to littlespoon.com/Bible and enter our code Bible at checkout to get 30% off your first Little Spoon order. You're welcome. Good news, everybody. Ben Affleck wants to move on and date again. Well, ladies, line up for that back tattoo. I really thought about this. Would I go on a date with Ben Affleck if I was available? I love forces of nature so much. And there was a time where it would be without hesitation, yes. And I think I even am on record saying that between Matt Damon and Ben Affleck, I would go Ben Affleck. But after seeing the interiors of his home with Jennifer Lopez, which I don't think he had a large part in, the undersized love seat, the ruffles, the Rachel Ashwell, everything looks like my twin bed from my short stint at community college. The Target by Shabby Chic diffusion line bedding that I grew up with. So many ruffles. Like we will never discuss it again, but we will. All the reclaimed wood. Ooh, chills down my spine, and not in a good way. I think the answer would be no. I think I'm not going on a date with Ben Affleck. He seems on the fritz. You know, he seems like he needs a Zyn and a tall glass of matcha and maybe a rehabilitation center. I'm not making light. He needs a breath. You know what I mean? He needs to go to Bali and find himself. And I typically don't encourage that for anyone because nothing says you've lost yourself than going to Bali to find yourself, because you just I know so many people. I can name 8 people that have gone to Bali to find themselves. And nothing reads more broken. There's such strength in just staying put. I think we forget about it. I think it's gotten old-fashioned or not glamorous because now we have all of these little cancer bricks in our hand. So it's content. And it's a cuter setting to have a mental breakdown. But in actuality, if you're really doing the work, call me Mel Robbins. Thank you very much. Let them. But if you're really just sitting with it and doing the work and grinding it out in a mundane, non-glamorous way, I find that to be more long-term beneficial than getting a headscarf and an ankle tattoo, some puka shells, and a free people tunic, and then going to Bali to watch the sunset and reconnect with nature. I don't know. There's certain places in the world that I just have no internal pull or desire to visit. And I feel I was saying this while I was watching White Lotus. I'm do I need to go to Thailand? I'm not sure that I do. It looks unbelievable. It looks beautiful. You know why I don't want to go to Thailand? Because every single person I know, and this is no disrespect, okay, to the gorgeous country, and I'll probably end up there and I'll probably love it. But I know so many people that have gotten really stomach stuff there because I have my stomach stuff fear. It's why I didn't go to Mexico for years and years and years, because I went there and I had some type of parasite. Maybe I should go back. See, now it's maybe I should book that trip because now it's looking pretty good. A parasite could do wonders for my Attico genes come July. But anytime I hear about somebody getting any type of a stomach thing, I don't want to go there anymore. And I just write it off my list, including restaurants. I don't do this anymore because I have sat with it and I'm evolved and I'm healing. But I used to go on Yelp before I would go to any restaurant, and I would put in the search bar food poisoning and whatever, if there was any reviews that indicated some type of food poisoning, which is basically every single restaurant that has ever existed, I would read it 17 times, figure out what dish they had ordered to obviously avoid it, and most likely not go there. Hi. Arturo is here. It's a Sunday and there's no days off. I can't get a fucking break in this house. If you hear jackhammers in the background, lo siento. I don't know what to tell you. I'm losing my mind. Okay. The floor's not done. Not done. And it's and everyone wants to get it done. So it's like a 7-day-a-week thing, not per my instructions. You guys, 30 seconds away from lighting this house on fire. Wait, I know I said we were never going to discuss it again, but we will be discussing it again at least 600 more times. So the Hollywood Reporter, have you guys seen the cover? Okay, so it's Justin Baldoni, Blake Lively. It's this kind of like cartoon-like artwork that is inspired by the story of David and Goliath from the Bible, which, by the way, with a gun to my head, could not tell you at all what that means. Maybe I should do some light reading in Sana Inez by the Vineyard this weekend. I'm going to Google that later, but hopefully you already know, so I'm not going to like bore you with the explanation. So the cover is a photo of Blake Lively aiming a slingshot with her phone inside at her opponent, Jason Baldoni, formerly known as Justin Baldoni, who is holding a copy of the Colleen Hoover It Ends With Us book. And then in the background, in the landscape version, I should say, Ryan Reynolds is dressed as Nice Pool, who's standing behind Blake, while Justin's lawyer, Brian Friedman, stands beside him. So Blake's team blasted the cover, obviously. They said the Hollywood Reporter should be ashamed of itself, especially because it's obviously showcasing Blake as like the aggressor, despite the allegations of sexual harassment. They say the framing in this picture is outrageously insulting as it plays into every sexist trope about women who dare file a workplace complaint, turning them into the aggressor and suggesting they deserve the retaliation that comes their way. I would like to just say, once again, PR 101 with Jackie. Let's not... You're diluting the waters of women who have been victims. Like this is the problem of this whole thing. If you've got the smoking gun, I've said this a million times, shoot it, show it. Like let's get to it. But all of this mincing and parsing of minutia, when at the end of the day, like I believe Justin Baldoni to just be a kind of weird, not creepy in a sexual way, but just like an awkward, weird dude. That doesn't mean that he sexually harassed Blake Lively. He could just be awkward and weird and made her uncomfortable. A lot of people make me uncomfortable. I saw a woman driving a white Lexus, 2 days ago, and her license plate said Wild One on it. She looked like a substitute teacher headed to the Abercrombie sale. You know what I mean? Did she make me uncomfortable with her personalized license plate? Yeah. Wild One made me uncomfortable. Am I going to file a complaint? I don't think so. God forbid. And we have to make these caveats because we just don't know. We only know what we've been presented, which doesn't look great. But the problem with all of this is that it sets us back in the way that without the meat to the sandwich, it dilutes the waters of women who are suffering in a real way, who don't have relationships with the press and hundreds and millions of dollars and publicists and forensic attorneys and resources to seek retribution. That's the problem. And it's that chip that's missing with both Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds that is making this so undigestible for everyone watching. There's a disconnect. There's a lack of self-awareness in the way that they approach this publicly. It's the SNL of it all. Do I think that was weird? Kind of. Like, on one hand, I think that hiding feels shameful and you should live your life. And I think that there is value in eyeballs and like public appearances because I think that it like humanizes them in a way. But going to the SNL thing with a bunch of celebrities and then making an awkward joke and then doing a little bit, I don't know if that was the right thing to do. Bethany Frankel and her cottage cheese bagels and everything else under the Tuscan sun, she was saying how genius it is. At first, I thought, oh, okay, they're making a joke. They're taking acknowledgement. Maybe this is their way of showing that they know what's going on and they're reading what everyone is thinking. But because of the context of the lawsuit being perhaps allegedly wrongfully accusing someone of sexual harassment to like take charge of a movie about domestic violence, it's that part that makes it icky and not funny. And with the nice pool of it all, you guys, this is crazy. This is a crazy, crazy fucking lawsuit. I don't know where we go from here. You know where we go? Wine tasting. Thank you everyone for listening. I'm sorry I was a little rusty on the second portion of this episode. I'm foamy at the mouth and I'm just red leather, yellow leather, red leather, yellow leather. I'll talk to you next week. I'll be back and better than ever. Love you so much. Have a great week. And just remember, nope, I'm not going to do it. Okay, bye.